Hi y'all, Jenny Shaw from Barefoot Abbey here. Hopefully my connection stays on because we have a storm rolling in. So I've been having some trouble trying to get on. So if you don't know me, you might know some programs we have. Singing with the Saints, which is a video hymn study that we put out on a weekly basis, and we do one verse of a hymn per week, and we do a different one each month, and that's about to come back for the fall. And also another avenue you might know of is the Baby Proof Your Homeschool podcast. So this week we are continuing our series on folk songs, and we're going to talk about a few ways that we use the text of folk songs to further our language art studies in our homeschool. So there's 5 ways that we use, and they're pretty much all interconnected, and they're really easy. They're all just using the text, and the first one is penmanship or handwriting, and it can be cursive, it can be print. It's just really working at whatever level and pace that your children are at. And you know, it can be one verse a week. If there's multiple verses to the one you're listening to, it can be as little as a line. It's just using that as the basis for your handwriting. And then the second one that we're really starting to get into is you diagram a sentence from the text. And this is one, we're not talking about the whole verse or the whole thing at one time. 20 lines. We're not talking about that. We're talking about only one sentence per day. And morning time's a great time to do that. You can do it at breakfast. There's different times, but it's not even that much, but that little bit of practice really goes a long way. And then the last 3 are really connected. And that's, the first one is going to be vocabulary, where you pull out the different words that may be new or may be older and not as familiar to your younger children, and having that be part of your vocabulary study. So you're going to pick out, unfamiliar words and just go over those, and you're drawing from the text. So, it can be a few, it can be 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be a specific number, just what is new to your family. And then along the same lines, spelling is another one. If there's a difficult word or one that you know is on level that you could add to their current spelling list, that's a great option. And then finally, along the lines of spelling as well, is going to be dictation. So you can dictate a verse, you can dictate part of a verse, and that also helps with memorization if you are memorizing the folk songs and not just doing them as the, free listening. So those are a few options that we use, and you might find them familiar because these are also what we do for hymn studies. So if you've done any of our hymn studies on barefootabbey.com, these are going to be some of the things that we also do for hymn study. It's basically just intense study of the text itself, and just another way to help instill those different things, especially for patriotic songs. If you're trying to, teach a unit on, the Revolutionary War, if you're teaching them the Star-Spangled Banner, just things like that, these extra little pieces you can add in. They don't take a lot of time, but they really have an impact and can help with that memorization. So that's all I have for you today, and next week we will talk about avoiding the different pitfalls there can be with folk songs. So we're going to troubleshoot that a little bit, and you can always find our past episodes or suggest topics for new episodes at barefootabbey.com/M3. So until next week, just keep making a joyful noise.